On September 23, 1880, a man named David Lang was walking across a field in Tennessee when he suddenly vanished into thin air. He didn't trip or fall. It was an open field with no trees, fences, or even a rock in sight. His wife and children were watching him walk back to the house from the window. Two men riding a wagon also witnessed him disappear. Everyone panicked. Could there have been a sinkhole? But when his family rushed to the spot, the ground was firm with no hole and no sign of where he could have gone. His wife was led away while a search team combed the field, but they found nothing. No footprints, no disturbed earth, and no answers. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, but there was still no sign of David Lang. Then a year later, his youngest daughter, who never gave up, went to the same spot and called out to him. Suddenly, a faint, desperate cry echoed from somewhere. "Help me." She ran to her mother, who also heard the eerie voice.
Help me.
For days, they returned to the same place to hear David Lang's ghostly whispers, until the voice eventually faded to silence. Could it have been a mysterious portal that opened and took him away? Some say the grass in that area grew thick and unnaturally green, yet no insects or animals went near. Others claim that nothing ever grew there again, a cursed, barren patch. Whatever the truth, David Lang was never seen again. To this day, some people still avoid the field. But don't worry, you don't have to go there yourself, because this story is just a legend. It's believed to have been made up by a clever man in the 1880s to win a tall tale contest. Over time, the tale evolved into a local legend. Another theory is that sci-fi writer Stuart Palmer invented the story entirely. Another strange disappearance happened in Prussia on November 25th, 1809. In the town of Weissenstein, a man entered an inn, ordered dinner, and then vanished without a trace. He was Benjamin Bathurst, a British diplomat traveling under the alias Baron de Kock. He was hiding from Napoleon's spies. After spending hours writing in his room, he stepped out to head to his carriage. But just minutes later, when his assistant arrived, Bathurst was gone. The news of his disappearance took weeks to reach England. When his wife, Phillida Bathurst, heard the news, she rushed to Prussia and joined the search. They scoured nearby rivers and every corner of Weissenstein. Clues soon emerged. His expensive fur coat was found hidden in a stable. A few weeks later, two old women gathering wood in the forest discovered his trousers. A stable hand named Ashmead became a key suspect when it was revealed that his mother had stolen Bathurst's fur coat. A woman from a nearby cafe said she saw Ashmead chasing Bathurst that night. So maybe he killed the Englishman. But the cash reward offered led to a flood of false tips, making the truth harder to find. Phillida didn't give up. She even met with Napoleon Bonaparte, who denied any involvement. To this day, Benjamin Bathurst's fate remains a chilling mystery. Author Kay Dash investigated the case in 1990 and concluded that people had added mysterious details over the years. But the simple truth may be that someone murdered Benjamin that night. Over a century later, a man named James Tedford boarded a bus, sat down, and vanished before reaching his destination. This happened on December 1st, 1949, as he was returning to Bennington, Vermont after visiting family. Witnesses confirmed he had been there, asleep in his seat. But when the bus arrived, his luggage, open map, and even his coat were still there. Yet Tedford had disappeared. The last time anyone saw him was at 4 p.m. This creepy disappearance wasn't the first or the last. In what locals call the Bennington Triangle, a region known for unexplained vanishings like a landlocked Bermuda Triangle. Between 1945 and 1950, many people disappeared mysteriously. Thetford vanished nearly 3 years after a young woman named Paula Weldon was last seen walking nearby. On December 1st, around 4 p.m., 18-year-old Paula left her dorm at Bennington College and told her roommate she was going hiking. A local man said he gave her a ride and dropped her off near a trail. Wearing a bright red coat, she chatted with 2 or 3 other hikers before continuing alone into the forest. Then, she disappeared. Police and her devastated father searched for 4 weeks, but found nothing. Rumors spread that she had run away. Her father believed she had a secret boyfriend who either lured her or harmed her, but there was no evidence. Local tribes believed Glastonbury Mountain, located in the heart of the Bennington Triangle, was cursed and full of evil spirits. Some claimed Bigfoot or other mysterious beings were behind the disappearances. Most of the victims vanished in the late afternoon, between 2 o'clock and 4 p.m. 2 of them wore red coats, and no bodies were ever found. Some believe there was a single killer, but the victims were too different in age and gender to fit one pattern. Others blamed the rough terrain and strange winds. But what kind of wind pulls someone off a moving bus? The mystery continues. On July 18, 2007, Barbara Bollock set off on her favorite hiking trail, the Crevice Trail in Montana. She knew the route, so, well, she could walk it with her eyes closed. Her backpack was full of food, water, and bear repellents. She was hiking with a family guest, Jim Ramone. He later said everything went smoothly until they stopped for a snack and encountered 2 young men. After parting ways, Barbara walked ahead of Jim, just 20 to 30 feet away. Jim paused for less than a minute. When he looked up, Barbara was gone. He searched the path. No sign of her backpack, or even footprints. He ran to the nearest people he could find, construction workers at the trailhead. They hadn't seen her either. Rescue teams, dogs, and helicopters searched every possible area. Nothing. The dogs couldn't even pick up her scent. To this day, it's unclear if she was ever really there. If a wild animal had attacked her, there should have been signs or sounds of struggle. She might have fallen, but she was terrified of heights and avoided cliffs. And she didn't run away. Her passport, ID, and beloved pets were still at home. Barbara's disappearance remains a mystery.